chưa trải nghiệm thì em chia sẻ, còn nếu mà cái gì anh cũng biết.
Hello, 1 minute.
Okay.
Oh, I'm trying to figure out how to turn this on. Oh. That's a second. That's that. Jules?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I keep forgetting, Julie, that you're called Julie. My friend is called Julie.
Okay.
Jules. And she is the one that can turn this on for me.
Mm-hmm.
Once I'm trying to figure this out. I cannot. Jules? Okay. She'll come and help me. Immediately, I'm pretty sure. Ah, Jesus. You know, it's like the biggest contraption ever. And the button for turning it on is very, very tiny.
Mm-hmm.
Your hair.
It's the
You-
same.
it
It's
is
the
the same.
same.
It's the
Mm-hmm.
same, but you look different.
Maybe because of the light.
Uh huh. How are
Mm-hmm.
you?
Pretty good. Well, I had two lessons for today, but because two actually I also had one.
Okay.
Um, I should have one about two hours ago, but because I am too tired, so cancel it.
Okay.
Hmm.
And why are you too tired on a Sunday?
Actually, so I do not have any day off recently.
Do
Next
you,
month. Mm-hmm.
do you know that it's Sunday?
Yes, Sunday.
Okay. Okay. Just
Mm-hmm.
like, that answer was very. It's a nice word.
Ominous.
Ominous.
Okay.
So I said, "Oh, do you know? You have lessons on a Sunday," and you go, "Oh, yeah, but you know, I don't have any day off." So, so ominous is sort of like an answer that was darker than the answer that you gave. So I was
Mm-hmm.
asking, like, I mean, you're working on a Sunday, and you're like, "I don't have any day off." I'm like, "Do I know it's Sunday?" Like, no, if you don't know, if you don't have any day off, you don't care whether it's Sunday. So like,
Yeah.
does she know it's even a Sunday? Most people rest. So the answer was sort of in this ominous kind of feeling,
Mm-hmm.
as it's
Mm-hmm.
dark, but less dark. But Sunday, okay, and you
Mm-hmm.
just teach every day. So what's your goal then? What's your goal?
For having
Uh,
some day off next month.
no, for working as hard as I've always known you to work.
Um,
It's a good start.
like yeah, like about like 4 years ago, I had a plan to have my own learning center, but now it isn't in my head now.
Okay.
I don't know the reason. Maybe because I think that it would be overwhelmed for me to run a learning
Overwhelming.
center. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, How old are the people going to be in the learning center?
For my learning center,
Hmm.
like maybe from kids to teenagers.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Like my boyfriend told me that he has a plan to run a learning center with me, and I will teach at that learning center, and um, he will care about like some office work about for it, like marketing and how to manage it.
HR.
But I still still think about it because yeah, it's quite challenging. I know it.
Okay. What do you want to do? I mean,
Oh.
yeah, so this is the dream, okay? So
Mm-hmm.
because it's nice. The thing about dreaming is you have to dream. They say that the feet of birds point to the ground. So you have to have a place that you're dreaming from. And that's the
Mm-hmm.
big dream. But what are you working towards what are you working towards now? Like, so the learning center is the end goal. You're sitting there, you're at home, you have a house, you have a learning center,
Mm-hmm.
boyfriend running the other side of the learning center. That sounds like the plan. That doesn't sound like the dream.
Okay.
So right now you're a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
You're working 7 days a week with a day off next
Yes.
year. What's the closest plan
For my job,
for your life?
for my life,
What are
maybe
you because what are you striving towards now? That's the word, strive.
have no
And that is the right answer. Sometimes
idea.
it's yeah.
Uh-huh. Like I remember that last week when I felt very overwhelmed with my work, when I think that yeah, I was up to my ears with my work and my deadlines. I didn't
Mhm.
have any time for myself to read, to hit my favorite book.
Mhm.
And I also wondered myself that what is my life goal when I, you know, had a very repetitive days like this with
Mhm.
work without any time for my family, for myself, for my friends.
Mhm.
Hmm. But I couldn't figure out it.
Hmm. That's good to know. That's good actually, because
Mhm.
sometimes the one thing about dreaming is sometimes it can leave you. It can make you forget the reality of where you are
Mhm.
because your dreams don't matter until you reach them. So there are people that drop dead minutes. There's someone dying every second. That dream's gone. That future dream. So the immediate thing of not of knowing that you don't know
Mhm.
is the reason why you're trying so hard because you don't know. And it's good to remember that the dream is there, but the dream only comes with the humility of knowing that you don't know whether you'll reach your dream.
Mhm.
That's a good dream. So I'm glad you're giving yourself a break next month. I mean, next month is next week, just to let you
Mhm.
know, because I don't know how you're thinking of it, but I was like, just to let you know, it's November we're talking about, not December that you're having a break.
Mhm.
Yeah. So hopefully that will help you slow down a little bit.
Mhm.
You need to slow down. What is the hardest thing with teaching English that you're finding so far?
Maybe like I think the best thing, the thing that make a teacher to become a good teacher or a great teacher is the way that she or he can inspire his or her students. So I
Okay.
think, so I think it is also the hardest part when become a teacher, which is to inspire students.
It is.
Like, like because when I um like having about 3 years experience in this area, I find out that a lot of students they are not interested in learning English. They just learn it because they have to or because their parents ask them to do so.
Mm.
So like they do not have any, of course, passion for it. They go to the class with a some way I can say that some negative emotions in my class, and I try to talk to them like their friend,
Mm.
and I want to inspire them, but it's hard.
So the biggest problem is also the biggest strength.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
What do you think?
It's interesting. I'm thinking of being a teacher, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't consider myself a teacher. I teach I teach English because A is a job. It means
Mm-hmm.
you know, I can feed myself. And number two, I do it because I enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to share it, but not share it as it's the most common language on the planet, but it's because of that. I always say that English is the most disrespectful language on the planet. I've always
Mm-hmm.
said this. It's just disrespectful. It is the underdog language that everybody needs. But I've spent a lot of time with this underdog, and
Mm-hmm.
I've spent unnecessary time with English my whole life. And hearing these common problems that people encounter, it is always it's always um, interesting interesting to me because I never think of that. I never think of inspiring them.
Mm-hmm.
I think of adjusting. I'm adjusted. I am an adjuster to adjust.
Mm-hmm.
I like adjust. I like that word. You're not, you're adjusting is like almost like
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah, you can see it, but just there we go. That's what I do. I love doing that. That's how I see English in my head when
Mm-hmm.
because they already have it. And a lot of the times, people go in because they want to inspire the student. They want them to love it. You get someone to love it by them seeing how much you love it.
Mm-hmm.
They get the inspiration not from what you tell them, but from what you can show them. I can always I can almost guarantee that every conversation I have with someone, they'll say, "What does that mean?" Oh, that was a nice line.
Mm-hmm.
That was a sentence. That was a flow. I like the way language flows. I
Mm-hmm.
like the tai chi of the language, if you will, the martial arts of the language. And one thing I find with you a lot, Joe, is how cautious. Even when you're fast, you're cautious. You're
Mm-hmm.
you're. Mm, ah, I have a few words for you. I don't think this one. That's one. It means cautious. That's fine. It means cautious. But this one fits more for you. So you're not cautious as such. You're trepidatious when you speak, and tethered. Tethered is when something is holding you. So for instance, you don't use contractions. I rarely hear you use contractions. You know contractions.
Not really.
So it is. It's.
Okay.
Yeah, you rarely use contractions. I always said that English is about, which means contractions are almost. There was something from yesterday. What was that thing? It had been a long time. I'll try to remember it, but there's the difference between. Yeah.
I'm not sure that I know it.
So I would have. So we have.
Like should have, would
Should have.
have.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's two that come up often. Actually, I have it in my notes. Where are you? There we go. It's been ages. I would have. Yeah, I would have. So there's some of them that are. It's so contractions are the bread and butter. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes. Would have. I'd.
I'd go home. It means I would go home.
I would go home. I'd go home.
Mhm.
I'd go home. But that's where the natural thing goes. So the trepidation, the caution is not sure that you can do it. You can do it. I would. I'd do it.
I do it. Like because if we use a contraction, it is important to pronounce the word like Ida, right? So I think
I'd.
it's quite. I'd go home. I'd go home.
Yeah.
Is it?
But
Okay.
pronounce it, yeah, that's correct. That's perfectly correct. But the thing about it is when you're saying I'd go home, the pronunciation and the tone are important.
Mm-hmm.
Because every time the one thing that's so now you are a non-native living in a British country. That is your level.
Mm-hmm.
That is your level. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can understand everything. Now that flow is now about living the language. You have the tools.
Okay.
You are essentially now part of it. So
Mm-hmm.
when you're speaking, you're not speaking as someone that learns English. You're trying out those things that you need to try out.
Mm-hmm.
The contraction. I've
Okay.
gone home. I would have gone home. I've been there. Yeah, I've been there. I've had
Mm-hmm.
that
I'll
thing,
try.
I'm up to my eyeballs in work. When I'm neck deep in work. So you can say up
Mm-hmm.
to up to my neck in work. Up to my neck
Like
in work.
you
I'm up to my
are
eyeballs in work. You can just
up to my neck and walk, neck deep and walk. Like you are nearly in the deadlines, right?
well, you said it. You said it earlier. You said I'm up to my eyeballs in work. You said it earlier when you were talking to me. And you said, oh, with the
No, I
work,
said
and I've been
up to my
what did you
ears.
say?
I said so.
Yeah, I'm
Up
up to
to
my
my
ears.
ears.
I'm up to my
Mm-hmm.
okay, so up to my ears in work, and which is very good. But now
Mm-hmm.
you can say this too.
You're deep and walk.
Yeah,
Deep and walk. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm here deep in work. I'm here deep in work because you have to use a contraction. That's the reason why I'm here deep in work.
You're deep and walk. Okay.
Yeah, and then so those contractions. So you basically force those contractions.
Mm-hmm.
I am. So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
how are you? And so normally when I ask those questions, I want to hear you use a contraction and you never do. You say, I am, and then you go into it.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. I'll try.
Yeah, I'll try. Yeah, I'll try. I will try. You use a lot of long sentences, and it's good because it flows.
Mm-hmm.
You know your grammar, you know your syntax, you know where it fits. Now start playing with it. That's why you need a break. This is a relationship with having a break. When you're working, you can't be in work mode for English. English isn't work. It's play.
Like because before that I prepared for IELTS examination, and in IELTS every student try to like
Mm,
expand their ideas to make it long. That is the reason.
yeah, but making it long doesn't mean it doesn't have to be fun. That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So the fun is in the contractions and in the yes, there's idioms, yes, there's phrasals, but they work better when you can contract and when you have fun with the language, because then the language is more attractive and more inspiring for others.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about having fun with it. So I've sent you something there. I want you to practice some of them. Just practice them. They're fun. They're fun to do. See if you can get
Okay.
one perfectly. And we have
So
3 minutes. I'm sure we can look at one. Let me see.
Sheena Litz, she Lamis. Okay, I know tongue twisters.
Yeah.
Tongue twister. If a dog chews shoes,
Sounds-
if a dog chews shoes, whose shoes does she choose? Uh,
Mm.
okay. But I need to do it quickly and accurately, right?
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
find one. I mean, one of the ones I picked up from a cartoon is the sun shall soon shine.
So
But you have to learn the sun shall soon shine.
the sun shall soon shine. The sun shall soon shine.
Get that one 3 times very fast. The sun shall
The
soon
sun
shine.
shall soon shine. The sun shall soon shine. The sun shall soon shine.
Shall
Shine. The sun shall soon shine. The sun
Mm.
shall soon shine. The sun shall soon shine.
It's gonna be fun. But once you
Okay.
get it, it's funny because this will loosen your tongue. This will get you flowing without, because a lot of the times English is fun. It's how you say something. The tone is 30%. After communication, sometimes the tone. So when you're speaking and when you're doing things like this, these tongue twisters, just a simple one.
Okay.
Red lorry, this one.
Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorries. Red lorry, yellow lorry.
Yes. Those are your two. I'm going to start with these two before you get to the other ones. But give yourself time to enjoy the language. That's what I wanted to tell you. The trepidation, the caution, it's nice. It's you're I'm sure you're a great teacher, but you've learned it, you've got the IELTS. But here's what I'll leave you with. There's this idea or a story. You know what a flea is? It's a little bug. And this bug can jump about 10 times its own height. It's a tiny bug. Now, if you take a flea off a dog's back, it can jump 10 times. But if you take a glass and cover the flea and leave it for 30 minutes and open it, the flea will only jump as high as the cup. You're not in a cup.
Okay.
You can jump higher. You've done the cup thing, which is the IELTS, the teaching, the learning. Now it's time to test yourself.
Okay.
Jump. I'll see you next week.
Okay, see you.
Bye-bye.
Nice to meet you.